These are the men and women that the president trusts to implement his vision of seeing Uganda transformed into a first world country in 50 years' time, and as such, many are raising questions on whether the decision of these top guns in government to sleep at such a critical hour.
Now, how can we tell these grandparents they are doing bad? Because we fear they will curse us. Hello, Africa. Now, there is this video. This is a video of 2014 when the officials, government of Uganda, they were sleeping while Museveni was giving speech. All of them. I'm too sure if Museveni was not giving the speech too, him will be sleeping. I know it is 2024, 10 years down the line, but the people Museveni is working with is still the same people, the same sleeping government. Museveni is there giving speech to the people of Uganda, the vice president of Uganda, the ministers of Uganda, but all of them are asleep. Uganda, Museveni is running a sleeping government. And we expect a change. Ugandans expect change. Museveni is telling the people of Uganda that Uganda will be at a better place in 50 years to come. That Uganda will be a good country in 10 years to come. That Uganda economy will grow. That Uganda will have better education. Uganda's people will have better health. Uganda's people will have better roads. Uganda's people will have better, everything better. That the economy of Uganda will rise up. And yet, the speech is giving to the people who are supposed to run, the people who are supposed to help him run Uganda, all of them are asleep. Let's watch this video.
As its plans for the next, Vice President Edward Sekandi, Prime Minister John Patrick Amama Mbabazi, and his Deputy General Moses Ali are in another world, dozing the evening away, indifferent to what their boss is communicating. Not far away, Finance Minister Maria Chiwanuka as well joins the party, an incident quite strange and happens probably only in Uganda and a few other places.
Had the president not been the one delivering the speech, okay, he would be sleeping too.
These are the men and women that the president trusts to implement his vision of seeing Uganda transformed into a first world country in 50 years' time, and as such, many are raising questions on whether the decision of these top guns in government to sleep at such a critical hour does not affect their implementation as the nation continues to boast of terrible infrastructure, miserable roads, and yawning health facilities.
It is really a very unfortunate situation because this is the time top officials in the government really needed to pay a lot of attention.
The same sleeping group is the one that the president enjoys working with. They are all tired, right from the president, the vice president, etc. Those are grandfathers who should, for the few hours they are awake, be playing with their grandchildren.
As political leaders, they spearhead the transactions in ministries that are supposed to translate into effective service delivery. Probably the reason why most technocrats have emerged as power blocks, dictating events in the ministries. Indeed, the president at some point blamed some officials for not doing enough, citing Ministry of Health on maternal health and issues to do with NADS that the president says must be rethought. Billions have been swindled from the Office of the Prime Minister, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Public Service and other government agencies, and as such, a joke has emerged that the money is often stolen as the political leaders retreat to slumberland.
You cannot expect life to be better. One with a sleeping president, with a sleeping vice president, with a sleeping cabinet. If you looked at the red paper today, the headline is, "They have slept again."
It is critical for the country to be reassured that these events do not play out as well in the day-to-day running of government business, where some have already complained about unnecessary bureaucracies and delays caused by officials who are not bothered or rather prefer to take their time. And yet, the president promised improved service delivery in the next financial year, and many will be looking out for its implementation.
In any case, the resources are limited of members of parliament in the opposition. Think that Ugandans cannot understand that. You think Ugandans have not read the book of Genesis to know that things take time?
Promising is one thing, delivery is another. And as people in charge continue to sleep during critical hours, the public might be worried as chances are that the promises could pass unnoticed. Some have argued that most top guns in government have since become weak, consumed by old age, yet they have never thought about hanging their political boots as the countries continue to suffer the repercussions of their tiredness. Surprisingly, even some younger people are falling prey to the sleeping bug. Sabiti Joseph, WS Television, from the Ugandan Parliament.
This is sad. Now, this is people of around, these are grandfathers, grandparents, our grandparents, the grandparents of the grandchildren of Uganda are in the parliament running the business of Uganda. And the youths are there outside suffering. The youths are there outside waiting for their grandparents to work and bring a change to the country. Oh my God, this is so awkward. And this is all the things that we need to do away in Africa, the whole of Africa. All these old leaders, all this gold, all this good, but there is some place when you reach, you need to relax. You need to take care of your grandchildren. You need the small time you have, you need to speak with your grandchildren. But see these grandparents in the parliament of Uganda, sleeping, all of them. Here we have Minister of Education. Here we have Minister of Health and Transport. Here we have Minister of Wango. Here we have Minister of Foreign Affairs. And now you will tell me the foreigners have come in our country and they have took away our country because the people who are running the country are asleep. The Entebbe, the airport of Uganda went because the people who were supposed to look over the government debt or the public debt, all of them are asleep. And now the foreigners has come to our country and take over the country while our grandparents are sleeping. The Gen Z of Uganda, the youths of Uganda, this video has to tell you a lot. This video has to tell you that you have to wake up as the youth of Uganda. You cannot leave your country to be taken by people who are incompetent. You are putting your life at stake here. You know, selling out your life is not about selling your life, you are soul to the devil or being killed. Selling your life is starting like this one. This is a state capture. Poverty. Poverty is here. Unhealth is here. Lack of education is here. Bad roads is here. Bad economy is here. Exchange rate, the bad one, is here. It starts here with the sleeping government of Uganda. I'm not a Uganda, but I'm African. And when I am a citizen of Africa, I look over all African countries. What are these? And when here in Kenya, we go to the road, when we are going to the road and we demonstrate, Ugandans seeing us like lazy people. They are seeing us like people who don't have mind, who don't have things to do. But we don't want such kind. We want vibrant people on the parliament. We have people who we will tell them what to do and they will never lay a curse on us. Now, if I tell these old people to do something for me, you have to change, they will curse me. And that's the thing I don't want. I want youths to be on parliament so that I can tell them, you're supposed to go this way, you're supposed to do this way. Now, how can we tell these grandparents they are doing bad? Because we fear they will curse us. This is bad in Africa. And this is what is happening in many of African countries. And this is why the white people are coming in our countries and taking over everything. This happens here, and people who are sharp, China comes in your country, take over everything. Korea, North Korea, South Korea comes and take over everything. While the people who are supposed to watch, they are sleeping. It's like putting 70 years gate man on your gate and you are expecting him to be alert all over the time. Now, this speaks volumes. This is just one of the many things that's happening in African countries. Nigeria, to be precise. Nana Okufu, the one of Nigeria too, sleeping. Everyone in Africa needs to see this. And let me tell you people, for us wanting to have a vibrant and the youths, in the leadership. It's because we want people who are awake and see who is coming to take over our countries and see the loopholes in our countries. So tell me, here we have Minister of Education. Somewhere deep down Ginger, there is no schools there. He will not know that, because when he was on this forum, or when he was on a committee and they were talking about setting aside money for education, he was busy sleeping. When people somewhere there have health issues, he can't tell, because when he was on that committee and he was being told we have health issues in this country, in this county, in this region, he was asleep. When the white people, when the colonizer came and they were in a committee and they were telling him, we want to take this land and we give you this, he was sleeping. Now he didn't know anything. He didn't know whether he made a wrong decision. When he signed papers there, when he's signing these papers, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know what he have signed. I'm very sure they even don't read on these papers or reports. They just sign and approve everything. They just approve until you get your interface gone. So, as the youth of Africa, do we want leaders like this to rule us? I'm not saying that they are bad. No. What I'm saying is that we need vibrant people. We need young people on power. We need people who listen to us. Now here, if we talk to you and tell you our problems, how will you listen? It was, Museveni could be sleeping too, but it's because he was giving the speech. That's why he was not sleeping. But all of these people, this is a sleeping government, and this is what Ugandans want. I saw the other day a Gen Z came out and said that, and he speak himself out. He spoke some words. He was jailed for 6 years just for accusing the government, accusing the first, the president and the first family. People of Uganda, you need to wake up. These things you are telling us that this cannot happen to our country because this and this and this. I know some of the presidents came differently. Some presidents are willing to kill. I know Museveni has done a lot of things since he became the president. I know. But sometimes when you are being pushed to the wall, you need to bounce back. You need to bounce back and say something. You cannot be ruled by a sleeping generation. When this country fall apart, it's a bad to Africa. Because we are fighting every day for Africa to unite. But some loopholes in some countries, it's bad. Very bad. Tell me what you think in the comment section about this sleeping generation. If you're from Uganda, tell us, what are you planning to do as a citizen of Uganda? What's your take on this? What's your way forward? Because it's about Africa. And Africa includes 54 countries. And all these 54 countries need to speak one language. And the language is free our country. The language is, we want better economy for Africa. We cannot be living like this. Tell me in the comment section what do you think about this sleeping government. I am the Kenyan Beast. We are rolling the African way. Peace be with you.